robust urban garlic flavor.
DSP has been going on and on and on about how he has all of these games to play and he has such a busy schedule that he can't put them all in. Now this week, he's decided to waste almost 2 streams on GTA 4 with mods. The first stream, he just sat there for an hour and panhandled because he used cheat codes to finish the game. The second stream, he didn't even bother to check if the mods were working, so he had a complete troubleshooting session. Yeah, this is DSP. He loves to waste his audience's time, and he doesn't get that this isn't entertaining content. He wants you to do stuff like watch him vacuum and clean his closet and pay him handsomely for it, because he thinks just because he turned OBS on, he's entitled to your money.
My timing seems to be slightly off. Let's try it one more time. Let's get it going. All right. Like, literal last chance, if anyone wanted to support, I'm going to be out of here in a minute. I've hung out with you guys now for an hour, so I hope that you enjoyed. And thanks to those who did. But it is what it is.
Yeah, he spent a grand total of 2 hours wasting your time troubleshooting when he had promised the game to play. He didn't even bother to boot the game up and check to see if it worked beforehand. And he expects to be rewarded for it. No, Philly, you only got $16 for that troubleshooting segment. So yeah, that's more than you deserve. You got $69 on the night. That's a pretty good night for not delivering what you planned and instead doing boring troubleshooting.
Yes, sadly, the Ballad of Gay Tony playthrough from 12 years ago, because I left the in-game music in, a lot of that music got muted and blocked on YouTube. So if you try to watch the original playthrough, there were entire chunks with no audio, and there's nothing I can do to fix that. That's YouTube.
Yeah, so the 3 people that are actually interested in watching old Phil where he points the camera at the TV, you're out of luck now because the audio is muted. Great.
All of a sudden in 2013, they turned on this content ID match system. And it retroactively went back on old content and scrubbed it. And like, well, wait a minute. Why are you applying this to previous things? Doesn't even make sense. When the law goes into effect, it doesn't retroactively go back and punish people for things before the law existed.
Yeah, but Phil, you're not being punished. You're not getting thrown in jail. You're not given a fine. It's YouTube trying to cover itself from lawsuits from music producers. You're just the middleman that got stuck in between, man. And if you looked at YouTube terms of service back then, I'm sure it allowed them to do that. Or if not, they updated it to make sure that you accepted that if you wanted to be part of the YouTube partner program. Don't like it? Don't get your videos monetized.
Right? Like right now, if they outlawed drinking from a level 1 podcast mug, you couldn't arrest me for the fact that I was drinking from this for a year.
Yeah, but you didn't get arrested, Phil. And are you telling us you're drinking gin in that cup?
Because the law didn't exist until right now. So why did YouTube retroactively go back and scrub everyone's content, erasing for a policy they didn't turn on until 2013.
So let me tell you something. Back in the day, everybody uploaded TV shows to YouTube. If YouTube didn't implement this stuff, it probably would have been sued into oblivion and it wouldn't exist anymore. So DSP, once he got on Twitch, that was it. Once he gets kicked off, he would have been on now Facebook or Kick right now. So be glad that YouTube did that, Phil. Because if they didn't, you wouldn't be able to panhandle on their site right now.
It doesn't even make sense. Okay, but they did. So all my playthroughs from pre-2013 got hit with this, and tons of them have giant muted parts, actual entire missing parts of the playthrough, and there's nothing I can do about that at all.
Yeah, YouTube messed with Philip's art, man. The stuff that he recorded from a camera onto his TV. Oh no, we can't go back and enjoy that content from 70 years ago. Look at that legacy stuff, man. It's gotta be classic. It's definitely not something you scraped off the back of your shoe at the end of the day.
Nothing. It is what it is.
Yeah, DSP thinks YouTube owes him like hundreds of thousands of dollars for this in damages. He's so delusional. He thinks the world revolves around him and every decision made is completely about him.
It sucks, but hopefully, hopefully this will be fixed eventually when I play the game again. Because I will just turn off the music and then we'll have a playthrough with audio that's not messed up.
Yeah, well, YouTube doesn't care about your playthroughs that get 3 views, if that, anymore, because they don't want to deal with the copyright hassle. If you want to pay the licensing fee to use that music, you're all the more welcome to do that. They have that in the creator studio. But yeah, you're like, wait, I have to pay $100 to have this music in my video? But I only make $3.13 off the video. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Phil constantly complains about somebody using his content, but when he uses somebody's content, he doesn't care.
All right. Well, folks, I do want to say thank you for chilling tonight. We had an hour of chilling, but, you know,
If you mean chilling as in troubleshooting constantly, begging for money, and demanding your fans tell you how to make the mods work, yeah, I guess we could say that you chilled today.
I'm sorry, because I know people came here for GTA. You didn't get it. I'm sorry. Again, I will do my best to try to get it so that we can do GTA.
Here's what Phil doesn't get. He is doing a show, but he doesn't have a plan B. So if the show gets derailed, he doesn't do anything else. He's like, okay, now it's your job to help me fix this thing. Just play another game, Phil. It's not rocket science. He's like, no, I can't do that. My wheels have a specific schedule. They need to know exactly when I'm playing a game. Otherwise, I'm not getting any money for it. You got $16 in an hour. If you booted up a game and played something else, you would have gotten more. Maybe you should have put on Truck Sim and seen if you could have got that extra 33 bucks, Phil.
Hopefully Thursday night. Worst case, maybe next week. Okay? But
I can totally see the mods not working by Thursday because he hasn't put any effort into making them work. And then having another troubleshooting session and wasting another stream and complaining that he didn't get any money for it. I could totally see that happening. Because the Wills would be like, oh no, Phil's not making money. Now we gotta give him hundreds of dollars. Whee!
it is what it is. I did my best. I hope that you guys still enjoyed the stream regardless, okay?
If your best is not even checking to see if mods work on a DLC before you boot up the stream, that's not your best, Phil. That's doing the absolute bare minimum and even failed to do that. You're so lazy, it's so obvious. Why anybody would give you money is beyond me, because you put no effort in. And then you have the gall to claim that you tried your hardest. This is unbelievable.
All right. Well, everyone, that is it for me tonight. An hour that I streamed here extra and got no support at all. So,
That is a complete lie. He did not go extra at all. He streamed for 2.5 hours, which is about as long as he usually does on a night stream because he has 20 to 30 minutes of like a hangout, so to speak, and then 2 hours of gameplay. He spent as much time as he usually does. He's just salty because he's like, look, you didn't give me money. I turned on OBS. You should be giving me money.
but again, people didn't come for this, right? People came for GTA 6 and people didn't enjoy this, then I'm sorry. I did my best, right?
You did your best? Dude, you did nothing. You didn't even bother to play another game. You didn't even bother to skip it and do a hangout sesh. All you bothered to do was troubleshoot. It's like, oh, they want to see GTA 4 with mods right now. Yeah, well, if you wanted to do that, you should have actually checked it to see if it worked in the first place. You overpromised and underdelivered yet again.
Well, everyone, good evening and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Tuesday, the 2nd of September, 2025.
Where Phil didn't get as much money as he wanted, and now he's going to give us a lecture about it.
If I described today as anything but disappointing, I'd be lying, okay?
Yeah, this is the chill and positive content that we've all been waiting for.
Here's what happened today. Walked and... You think it's a driving sim? That also went well, where we had major progress in the game. We actually, on this stream, got great support. We hit and exceeded a support goal. The go was good. Now.
Uh-oh, he's crossing his arms. Here we go. He's gonna scold us.
Tonight's late stream, I'd reserved exclusively to play the Ballad of Gay Tony DLC in Grand Theft Auto 4.
Mind you, this is a 12-minute daily wrap. Most of it is spent harping on the playthrough that didn't happen. So we only spent 2 minutes on the good things and 10 minutes on the bad things. DSP wants you to intensely focus on his failures so you feel pity for him and give him more money.
This is something that people have asked for the entire time that I played GTA 4 with mods. They said they wanted to see me do the new that DLC with these new mods to make it look obviously more modern and better. I'd only done one playthrough of this back like 12 plus years ago, and everyone wanted to see it again. So finally, after the base game taking much longer than we had expected and me finally beating it yesterday, tonight, that's what it was all about, okay?
Except it absolutely wasn't, because DSP in his infinite wisdom decided to never check if the mods worked before with the DLC before booting up the stream tonight. He had months in advance to check this.
We boot up the game, we boot up the DLC, the game starts loading, shows the title splash, shows the characters and their character art, and after about 2-3 of them playing, closes and crashes. Try it again, closes and crashes. Okay? Let's try to figure out what's going on here. People are searching on the internet,
Oh my god, he has people searching on the internet for him. I guess he knows that his fans are smarter than him and can figure this out more likely than he is.
So we were troubleshooting for like 20 minutes. We couldn't come to the bottom of what was going on. Loads on the first try, absolutely no problems. Game boots up fine.
Hey genius, then you should have played that DLC. Who cares what you hyped up? This is what works. Go with what works. Play that, and then while you're playing that DLC, find out how to make the mods work for the other DLC, okay? But you didn't want to do that. You wanted to dangle the second DLC like a carrot and a stick. You can't do that if your fans are like, wait, the mods aren't gonna work. So Phil's like, darn, I can't use that as leverage to beg for more money.
So everyone's kind of scratching their heads.
Yeah, I'm wondering at this point why you continue to troubleshoot instead of actually playing the game that's available to you. That's a real head scratcher right there. And then you expect money on top of that? No way. No one is gonna pay you to troubleshoot. Do it on your own time.
In the meantime, I start scouring the files in the GTA folders, and I find one that's a log of things that's going on. So I'm not sure, or maybe the mods that I installed are not allowing the game to update properly, and it's still trying to access this social club. But we could see, we actually looked at it in this video that I made, in this hour of stream that I did.
Oh my god, he's uploading even more content onto YouTube. Who would have thought? Congratulations, Phil, you're like 100,000 plus and counting. He will go to whatever lengths it takes to not play the Lost and Phil to DLC.
It's trying to access the social club, and it says error, can't access, access denied, and then it says closes the app. So
what we got here is a Phil 220 emergency. I repeat, a Phil 220 emergency.
for some reason, it's still trying to access this feature, even though I don't have it working. You know what I'm thinking? Is this. Maybe.
You should have checked if the DLC worked in the first place before you had a whole live stream dedicated to it.
What ended up happening here is I bought the game and installed it in early July, right before the social club had closed. Then I modded the game, and we've been playing GTA 4's main campaign. So this is just a hypothesis, and it could be completely wrong, okay? My game is stuck at this version where the social club still existed. When they closed the social club in mid-July, the game doesn't know that. But base GTA 4 didn't need the social club, so I was able to keep playing my playthrough and finish it yesterday. Now that I'm going to do the DLC, the game isn't updated, right? So it's just trying to keep accessing the social club, and when it can't work, it just closes the game. So I can't ever boot Ballad of Gay Tony. Now maybe that's true, maybe not.
Then you should get off your soapbox and uninstall the game and reinstall it and see if it works.
The thing is, some people on stream who are fans of mine said, well, we have this, we bought it. You know, it's like, it's cheap. You can buy this game right now on Steam for cheap. It's like, well, we bought it off of Steam. We're booting it up with no mods, and we can access right away. We can play Ballad of Gay Tony, no problem. So I do think it has something to do with the mods.
You should know whether it is or not. You should have tried launching the game without the mods and see what happened. Phil, you're not playing with a full deck here.
But I can't play it. We tried for an hour straight. We tried everything, and I recorded it. I'll upload it. All right, tonight, if you want to see an hour of troubleshooting and this thing just failing.
Yeah, he decides to upload the troubleshooting garbage, which nobody wants to see, while on his pre-stream before he started to try to launch the game, he ranted about Destiny, he talked about Truck Sim, and the condition that it was going to be if it was going to be Wage Quit or not. Both of those would have been more interesting topics to upload as a video instead of the stupid troubleshooting that Phil did.
We couldn't get it to work, and it sucked. And you know why it sucked? Here's why.
Because he wanted $300 on this stream and only got $69, which most of it came before he tried to launch the game itself.
People wanted Ballad of Gay Tony all month, and I told you, well, if the main playthrough goes well, we'll do it, right? For the most part, the main playthrough did do well.
Okay, we're just gonna retcon the part where you claim that you were gonna quit the DLC unless somebody gave you a ton of money because you were desperate on a Sunday night after the Battlefield 6 beta imploded. Then Iron Den Sakai came in, gave you a ton of money, and then the whale's like, okay, if you're not gonna count Iron Den Sakai's contributions, I'll pick up the slack. Yeah, sounds like a really good invested playthrough that your fans really wanted to pay you money to play.
So I said we were going to start it yesterday, but then it took way too long to beat the main story of the game. So we'll do it tonight. We're going to do it tonight, now it doesn't work.
Yeah, Phil, now that we're talking about it, that would have been a really good time to test it. Because if it didn't work, you could have just said, okay, we'll just do a hangout session for the next 45 minutes. That's my mistake. But don't worry, the next time we play it, I will have it up working. You could have saved yourself all this trouble of this failed disaster stream if you decided to have clicked a button on that day. You didn't even have to show your audience that you were doing it, but you could have done it then.
It's like, come on. It's like, it just doesn't want to be played at this point. Like, really, it just literally doesn't want to be played.
All right, so here's tinfoil hat time. Maybe he doesn't want to play this DLC so badly that he screwed up something with the mods intentionally so that it wouldn't boot. So it gives him an out. So he's like, okay, we can't play this game because I can't figure out how to make it work. No mods. Sorry, guys. And like, the whole point of the game was to see it in mods. So we need to make it all shiny and bright. So we can't even play the base version.
So I ended up sitting here with an entire stream of almost 400 disappointed viewers.
Ooh, I have the raw Phil video. I can check that. All right, so the highest number on YouTube I saw was 289. I don't know the kick numbers, but he seemed to be averaging 200 to 250, which is more than a regular stream for DSP. But remember, it's a premiere stream, so he's going to have a little bit more viewership than usual.
And I was like, guys, the problem is we did that for an hour. We only have an hour left on stream.
Mind you, DSP is not going to get any repercussions about this beyond this stream flopping because his fans don't take him to task. They don't hold his feet to the fire and make him actually put effort into the content he does. Because tomorrow, they're going to wail out on him. I'm sure it's Metal Gear Solid Snake. They're going to wail out. Yeah, this is what happens when you pay for a garbage product, you're going to get a garbage product. You pay for DSP Gaming's effort, you're going to get DSP Gaming's effort, which is absolute bare minimum, maximum profit.
So I can't play another game. There's not enough time. What could you only play for an hour?
Any single game, Phil. What are you doing? Waiting at the title screen for 30 minutes? You are so ridiculous. Any other streamer would be raked over the coals for this nonsense. This shows you that Phil's audience is not all there, because who actually deals with a streamer that acts like this? Oh, we got an hour on stream. I can't do anything. What? And mind you, he doesn't have a set schedule. He can stream for 4 hours at night. There's nobody telling him, hey, you gotta be at work here at 9 a.m. He's his own boss. So everything he tells you is completely arbitrary and stupid, and he will bend the rules whenever he says it. And mind you, he complained that he stayed extra for that stream, even though he didn't. He's so full of it.
Right? So sadly, all we could do is Q&A. So I did. I said, all right, we're doing Chill with Phil.
Yeah, he had to resort to Phil and Chill 2 times this week already. And it didn't lead to a windfall of money like it did last week. I don't know. Maybe the whale wasn't there tonight.
So I did an hour Q&A video. It was all right. Like, we had fun, but literally no one supported.
I wouldn't say it was an hour. It looked like he was ping-ponging between troubleshooting and Q&A. I didn't watch the full stream because I just don't have the time to do it. But what he said nobody supported, he got $16. Okay? After he launched the game, or tried to launch the game, he got $16 after the fact. That's what happens when you promise something and your plan B is lackluster or non-existent. Just play the other DLC. It's not that hard, Phil. You want to make it hard and you want to be rewarded regardless.
So tonight, I didn't even get halfway to my goal because of stupid technical issues with mods.
Let me tell you something about adulting for those of you who don't know. If you aren't prepared for something, it can wind up biting you in the butt real hard. All Phil had to do was click sometime since from when he installed the launcher to today to see if the DLCs were compatible. And if he did it very early on, he should have double checked it before he decides to announce, hey, we're going to do the DLC on this date. Did he do that? No. Did problems happen? Yeah, because that's what happens with technology, Phil. It doesn't always work 100%, especially when you're messing with it.
Okay, so I'm going to say one of two things here. Number one.
So let me guess, I'm in live react mode. Phil is going to complain about money.
This
upsets Philip.
Because I've had nothing but problem with mods since I started using them this year.
Yeah, Phil, mods can be tricky if you don't know exactly the steps that you need to take to do them. It's probably because you're not familiar with using them that you were struggling with them so much.
GTA, if you remember the debacle, we couldn't get GTA with mods working at first. It was a big nightmare, okay? There are a few games where mods seem to work pretty easily. For example, the American Truck Sim game had official mods that you could install. We installed one that actually added in things like real-life businesses to the game. That one worked, but that was actually directly through the game and everything, super easy to do.
Yeah, Phil, of course, it's DLC from the same company that made the game. Of course, that's completely easy. What are you talking about? We're talking about fan-made mods.
It just seems like PC modding is a hassle. And I'm sorry, I kind of said this for years. I said, I get the feeling it's going to be overcomplicated. It's not going to be the trouble that it's worth, right? It's so much trouble to get this to work. It was a big nightmare getting GTA 4 to work with mods. When I finally got it working, the playthrough did good, but it wasn't like everyone was like, oh my God, it's the best playthrough ever because there's mods. People liked the mods for a stream or two and were like, nah, it's GTA 4. Well, no kidding, right?
Like, here's the thing. If you're going to take the time to mod a game, it should be a game that you actually have interest in, that you played before, and you would enjoy the improvements that the mods make. With Phil, none of these are the case, except, you know, playing the game before. He wants to do minimal effort, maximum profit. So taking the time off stream to figure out how these mods work and to install them is just a big time waster for him. Because seriously, cosmetic differences are only going to work so much. There's only so much lipstick on a pig you can make before Phil's fans are like, yeah, I'm bored with this because Phil's boring.
So, is it really worth it? Because I feel like tonight, this is a whole wasted stream. I could have been doing anything else.
Yeah, and you should have. The moment it didn't launch the second time, you should have said, well, guys, I messed up. How about we do something different? How about we play Capcom? How about we play Truck Sim and see if we can get that extra $33? Hey, if we hit the goal tonight because I spontaneously played Truck Sim, I will put it back in the rotation. You could have done any of those things. You could have done a multitude of things. But instead, you decided to waste your audience's time, and now you're annoyed that you didn't get money for it.
If I had announced that we were doing Chill with Phil earlier, we would have had more people showing up, engaging, and supporting. But when you do a stream where you say it's going to be one thing, that doesn't work. You try to adjust it on the fly, it doesn't work.
For other streamers, it works because a lot of their content is just variety and they can just weave through things. With you, it doesn't because you need a regimented schedule where your whales know exactly when to show up and drop a ton of money on you. So whatever whale that was waiting for you tonight held out because you didn't play Ballad of Gay Tony. Congratulations, man. You're such a superstar. Your inflexibility is what destroyed your YouTube channel. You're only here as a curiosity to people now.
It never does, right? Really, it just doesn't. And it's frustrating because this week, things are going good. We had hit 2 goals, looked like we may hit a third. I mean, I really feel like if Ballad of Gay Tony was tonight, we would have hit support goals. Instead, here I am sitting here talking with people for an hour. No one supported the stream. I don't blame them. I don't.
Oh, he absolutely does. He is annoyed that he kept the camera on for an hour, even though he does it every night regardless, and that you didn't pay him money. He is going behind the scenes and he's gonna complain to all of his whales. You need to show up regardless of what I do. I don't care if you like the game or not, you need to give me money. And then he's probably gonna go on a whole spiel about how he does this all for them. He takes all the trolling for them, and he guilts them into giving him money tomorrow.
But I think I need to stop setting myself up for failure. Like, these mod things maybe aren't worth it, right?
Wow, guys, did you hear that? Phil's gonna stop setting himself up for failure. I'm impressed, Phil. Does that mean you're gonna stop playing panhandling games? Does that mean you're gonna stop begging? No. It just means he's gonna do even more begging.
So here's the thing. I'm not going to put Ballad of Gay Tony on the schedule until we figure out a way to get it to work.
Excuse me, it's your job to figure out how it's supposed to work. It's not your fans' job to do all the work for you. Be realistic, man. If Ballad of Gay Tony doesn't work, play Lost in 220 instead.
I don't know what's causing it to fail. I now have to reach out to the people who originally helped me with this modding back in July to see if they can troubleshoot it and figure out what's causing this issue. If they can't, then I give up and we're done and we can't do Ballad of Gay Tony. Okay?
Oh no, Iron Densukai's hundreds of dollars have been wasted.
It sucks, but we already lost one night. I had it scheduled again for Thursday night. I'm sorry, I can't have another night stream that's going to be me sitting on my doing nothing.
I hate to break it to you, Philip. I really do. But that's what you do every single night. It just didn't work out tonight because you didn't promise troubleshooting.
So, for now, I'll let you guys know what happens talking with these people and if we can get it to work. If we can, then Ballad of Gay Tony is Thursday night. But if not, it's probably off the table and I'm probably not going to bother with it. And it sucks, right? It's too complicated. It's too frustrating. I just want to put out streams that entertain people. I can't do that when things are not guaranteed to work.
Even when they work, they don't entertain anybody, Phil. What are we talking about here? Your streams aren't entertaining. It's just a way for you to beg for money.
It sucks. Because people can say, well, you play this game with mods, we can play this game with mods. They don't seem to be very reliable, do they? They don't. Seems like at any given moment, something could break, something goes wrong. You end up trying to figure out. And then the problem is, it's too complicated for me to figure out on my own. I tried an hour of troubleshooting with chat, nothing worked. So what are you going to do, right? People kept insisting that my save files were in a folder. That folder didn't even exist.
Well, where could they be then? Your save files are in a folder somewhere, Philip.
You know? So, I'm sorry. If you were expecting Ballad of Gay Tony, so was I. I'm just as upset as everyone else here tonight. I wanted to play it.
I will tell you, if he got $300, he wouldn't have been upset at all. He's only annoyed that he only got $69. He was expecting like $300 for a premiere of DLC. Congratulations, Philip. It didn't happen.
And the fact that it doesn't work me off. I'll see if I can get it working with the help of others. If not, it's off the table and we'll figure something else out. Whether it's we play a different game, we have another new game added to the rotation, we have an extra stream of another game as a night stream so we get extra gameplay. I'll try to let you all know by the end of tomorrow.
Wow, he really doesn't want to play the Lost in 220 Capernell DLC. What's up with that?
Because obviously Thursday night stream is currently up in the air, and this is going to also affect future streams. You know, this was going to be an ongoing playthrough, and now it may not be. Okay?
Good thing your schedule makes absolutely no sense anyway, so it can be completely fluid, even though you try to convince your fans that it isn't like that.
Very frustrating, and I'm sorry. But again, now I was on pace. Like, man, if we keep getting good support, I can maybe do DSP tries it this week. Not anymore. Right now, I'm at 42 goals with only 3 streaming days left.
Yeah, of course we're going to hand wave that he already did DSP tries it because Iron Dent Sakai dropped over $500 in one stream.
It's not anyone's fault.
Oh, I think we should be blaming the king right now. It's all his fault.
It just sucks. Because I'm relying on mods to work, and they don't always work. Tomorrow should be a good day, hopefully. So we didn't have all the people there who were interested. Hopefully, you can be there on Wednesday night to hang out with me, engage, and support with the Gears of War stream, and we'll hit another goal like we did last night. That would be superb if we did.
Yeah, he thinks that his whales aren't hyper-focused and know exactly what he's doing, even though he posts it like 100 times a day. Now here's Phil failing to take responsibility, wanting his fans to bail him out constantly, and he wants a reward on top of that, and it didn't happen, so DSP is gonna vent. You know, I really love these daily raps because it just condenses all the stuff that Phil needs to complain about in one 20-minute fresh sitting. Good for Philip. It makes me happy. I had a good laugh going through this video, and I hope you enjoyed it too. So let me know in the comments what you think about mods and, you know, DSP's attempts to install them, and I will see you all next time. Adios.
'Twas all your fault and 'tis a pity. You were bad, you are to blame. Now hang your kingly head in shame. La la la.